Hello, my name is Boon. I'm the project lead for Mortal Kombat Deception. We have a lot of stuff to show, and I guess the video is pretty short, so I'd like to kind of give you a kind of brief summary. You know, when we finished Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, we had two goals. We really wanted to say, let's listen to what everybody wanted in addition for Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, and let's also try to surprise people. We've been fortunate enough to warrant a lot of sequels to this game, and we really thought that for this version it was important that we do something unexpected, and the unexpected being all these different modes of play that we've had. We've taken the natural progression of fighting game engine mechanics, we'll run through some of those, but we've also added 3 new modes of play, a very deep single-player experience, and a strategic board game with mixed in with the Mortal Kombat fighting, as well as kind of like the unexpected in terms of the puzzle game and all the features. Let's start with the fighting game. The main change there, in addition that we added to the fighting game, was really the backgrounds and their role that they play in the fight. We really wanted our backgrounds to be as diverse and different from each other as possible, whereas most of the time, fighting games backgrounds are really just, kind of just eye candy for an area that you're fighting in. That combined with what we really wanted to keep the whole Mortal Kombat in, which is magic, teleporting, projectiles and all that, introducing new characters as well as, kind of revisiting the old ones. Another role that the backgrounds have is what we call death traps. There's a lot of backgrounds have areas that you can knock your opponent into that will basically kill them instantly, giving you an instant win. So we really wanted players, when they're playing this game, to care about where am I with respect to the background, where am I with respect to where the other character is. And our goal really with fighting was to introduce new features, and one of the comments we heard from Deadly Alliance was that the combos played a very big role, almost too big a role. So you'll notice here we've added a feature called the breaker. We will actually let players break out of a combo that you kind of reorientate yourself and get yourself into a better position. This is a new character that we have called Noob Smoke. It's basically kind of like a hybrid of 2 characters together. There are a lot of special moves that you can do that are a combination of them together, as you'll see here. And there's also individual moves that they have, so it's kind of like a hybrid between a tag team and 2 characters that are fused into one. The characters, the board game, all of the backgrounds are kind of classic Mortal Kombat backgrounds. So you see here they're in the pit. This takes us to the board game. If you can kind of think of this Mortal Kombat chess as a hybrid of chess, Stratego, Archon, and Mortal Kombat, where the main difference, the goal is to kill your opponent's king, but the difference between this and real chess is you actually play around in Mortal Kombat to determine who is the owner of that piece. Like I said, the backgrounds are classic Mortal Kombat backgrounds. This is from Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, which is the pit. And that takes us to the puzzle game. Again, we were all big fans of Tetris and Super Puzzle Fighter. We really wanted to kind of put the Mortal Kombat twist to it. So we added, kind of like our own spin to it by giving each of the characters special moves. You can actually do fatalities when you win on the characters. Let's look at a couple here. This takes us to the Mortal Kombat Conquest Adventures, which we're really excited about. When fighting games, the single-player experience, for the most part, they show you kind of static pictures, and they say, okay, this is the story, and this is why you fight, and then they take you into the fight. We wanted to give the player the actual ability to determine where he wants to go. So you start as a character who's 13 years old, his name is Shujingo. You're going to go through a multiple-hour adventure where you have to collect these 6 objects called the Kamidojo. During the time you're traveling through 6 realms, you're going to run into classic Mortal Kombat characters, fight some of them. They're going to reward you with features, as well as just encountering chests filled with money that you purchase in the crypt. And the whole experience is really kind of a lot more subversive. We really want the players to kind of be involved with this whole single-player experience. The final goal is to unlock a character named Shujingo. He's an old man. He's actually kind of like an Uber character, as you'll see. He has secret moves that are basically clones of all the existing ones. You notice here, he had that familiar kick here. You're going to notice he's going to have Ermac's slam move here. He has Raiden's dive move here. He has Scorpion's spear move here. And he has Sub-Zero's freeze move here. So when you get this character, it's really cool. He's the character that's unlocked. The big boss character in our game is called the Dragon King. He's our Goro, he's our Kentaro. He's kind of like the big guy that you fight at the end of the game. Finally, one of the things we're most excited about is the fact that Mortal Kombat is online for both PlayStation 2 and Xbox. Not just the fighting game. We're very proud of how the fighting game is going to feel in this game. I think you're going to really be impressed. But in addition, the board game, the puzzle game, and the fighting game are all going to be online for both systems. And that whole magic of the arcades that everybody's all misses so much about, playing strangers, seeing how your skills go up against them, we're very excited about. And of course, Mortal Kombat wouldn't be Mortal Kombat without fatalities, so let's look at a couple of them here. Mortal Kombat is going to be available October 4th for the PlayStation 2 and Xbox. And we have actually, I'm sure a lot of you have already heard about the special edition version of Mortal Kombat. It's going to have an extra disc in there that's going to have a playable version of Mortal Kombat 1, collector's cards, a number of boxes, different versions of the game we're very excited about. And I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with the news that we recently had of Mortal Kombat coming out for the GameCube next year, first quarter. We're going to put some extra features in that version that'll separate it from the other ones as well. And we look forward to getting your comments when you play the game.